Hello, everyone, and Jen Hoffman. How are you today?
Great. Welcome, everyone, to our weekly Thursday Reality Queens podcast, where we talk all things reality television.
Yes.
We have something today for you that's super fun. We have the cast of Claim to Fame Season 3 revealed.
Woo!
And I looked at this cast and am completely stumped, except I'm sure of one person, but we can go over it. Okay.
We're also going to be going over some reality TV gossip. So I got some great gossip for us, Jen, about someone that was prevented from going on a TV show.
Okay.
And we'll talk about some reality TV contracts, as well as the cast of season 40 for the challenge has been revealed. There's some OGs, there's some new school players, there's some kind of OG players, but it's actually a really interesting cast. There's a lot of blood involved with this cast. I don't know if it's bad blood, but good blood, whatever, but a lot of intertwined stories. Same thing with the season 3 cast, I guess, of Claim to Fame. There might be some sibling drama. I don't know. So let's get to it.
All right. I see in the chat we have hi Layla, hi Hannah.
Hey Hannah, hey Layla. Oh, Layla, thank you for saying you love me. Oh, hey Hannah, we're so good. You guys are the best. Well, we love you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So this season's Claim to Fame returns. It's going to premiere on Wednesday, July 10. And there are 11 contestants, and they are competing for a $100,000 prize. Of course, it's hosted by Kevin and Franklin Jonas, which is funny because they have a kind of famous one, and then the random Jonas, which they always joke about, which I love that he's the least famous Jonas. He would be a great contestant on the show as Franklin because he wasn't really famous. So that's kind of the joke about them hosting it, which is great. And they just dropped the cast, and People Magazine also has an exclusive to some. They say spoilers, but I don't really see any spoilers, but it's a helpful little guide.
Yes, I like the guide. So I like playing the Claim to Fame game, and also playing the game of who do we think is going to do a good job on Claim to Fame, right?
Yeah.
So
and also they don't have to tell the truth. They could say it's really, they won some different award, or it's their uncle instead of their mom. So they're allowed to lie about who it is to throw people off.
Which I think is kind of interesting. I like that about Claim to Fame.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to tell the truth, it does make it a little more interesting.
Yeah.
So we have this cast, so we'll pull up the People article too. So, okay, as you know, our Jonas Bros host the show, like you just said. So we have Adam. His celebrity is an uncle. So Adam's celebrity match is an uncle. I'm not gonna lie, Adam looks like he could be on The Bachelor. I wonder if his celebrity matches someone from The Bachelor.
That's true, because we forget The Bachelor's been on for 20 years. So somebody's uncle could very easily be somebody who was on it that long ago.
Very easily, yeah.
It does look like that. That's interesting. He says it's an actor and they won a Grammy. I'm not sure how many things you're allowed to lie about. I thought it was that's one fact I forgot. If it's just one thing, I think you do have to tell the truth, except one thing can be a lie. It's like two truths and a lie.
Right, but I think so when they release it to People or to I think when they release it to the public, they don't have to lie.
Oh no, when it's the public has it, it's what they say that they said on TV.
Okay. Yes, here you go. Oh, okay. Mommy, I can't download the game because Mommy is I don't have the password. I'm so sorry. Okay, I love you. Adler's home from school sick today because he has a rash, and it's very frustrating.
My daughter's in the other room on her iPad too.
Yeah.
All right. Adam, interesting. If it's an uncle, an actor, and a Grammy, it's interesting an actor would win a Grammy. Usually that only happens if they're in a musical. So something's a little off, but not necessarily. An actor can win a Grammy if they're in a musical, or if they also happen to have sung on a song like the same way Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga got together and wrote a song, you know.
That's what I was thinking. What if he's Bradley Cooper's
maybe Bradley Cooper's nephew. That could be it.
That could be it. I'm also thinking, so Adam looks tall. He looks tall. So I'm wondering if, like, I don't know, an actor with a Grammy, but honestly, what if the actor is from, or could be like, what's her name from American Idol? That really pretty brunette girl. She won a Grammy, and she's an actor. She was in that show. Oh my gosh, she was in the show like where she played a starlet.
Right, because it could be an aunt or a mom. I'm zooming in on his face.
Oh, wait, you're right. It says uncle. So sorry. That was
totally... That could be the lie. It could be an aunt who's an actor who's won a Grammy. So one of the things.
Are they allowed to lie to the public? I thought they could only lie to the
Yes. So this is just what they have told. So what they have here is what they've said. Okay. This is this is what their claim to fame is, what they're saying. And I believe it's only one thing that can be a lie. I think it's 2 truths and a lie. That I have to double check in, or people in the comments can correct us on that. So there's one thing you can tell the truth completely, or you can throw one thing in there to throw people off.
Okay. So, Bianca, relative is an aunt. The celebrity is known as being an actress and won a Peabody Award.
She looks a little bit like
the Peabody Award for writing.
I think.
What is the Peabody Award for?
I think you won it for a few.
We have some comments. They said, this is my favorite season. Oh yeah, I can't wait for this season either. I think they're talking about the claim to fame.
Oh yeah,
cast. Yes. Okay, so Hannah said, I love McKenzie, Rachel, and Jen claim to fame. McKenzie, let's see who McKenzie is. So McKenzie said that, so here we go. McKenzie, she's super cute. Her celebrity relative is a dad who's a singer and won a Tony. Okay. So a singer that's won a Tony Award.
By the way,
a musical.
By the way, I think one of my friends has a Peabody Award. One of my best friends, shout out to Sarah, has a Peabody, and it's for just an award for invigorating stories across television, radio, or online media. So it can be any of those things.
Oh, okay. A McKenzie, because Hannah said she liked McKenzie. A dad who's a singer won the Tony. A Tony is for Broadway, so her dad could be on. A Broadway singer who won a Tony. I don't know. I don't really know Broadway singers that well.
He could be a Broadway person who won a Tony, or he could be someone who's more famous for being a mainstream singer who happened to have won a Tony because he also was in a musical. So you never know.
Right.
It's just like how you have like Anne Hathaway, who's known as being like an actress for the screen, but she's also, does theater. So you never know with these.
You never know. You're right. And like Gracie Liu, her celebrity relative is an uncle who's a musician.
Wait, where are we? Let's go in order.
Sorry,
where we
Gracie Liu.
Okay.
I was just going in order of the People article, but we could go in any order. But Gracie Liu her uncle is a relative who is a musician and won an Emmy.
A musician who won an Emmy.
So
that's television.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it could be like a musician, but you can win Emmys for best music, like all that good stuff.
Right.
So you
And
never,
that could throw you off too, because it could
Mhm.
be a musician who's a famous singer,
Right.
who's either sung on a television that has musical elements to it, because a bunch, or somebody who happened to have also written the music for television, but is more famous for being a musician. So you can be
Right.
that way too.
This is tricky. These are tricky ones.
I know
I
one.
like
I
it.
have one I think I know. Okay. So first let's say, I remember last year, Simone Biles' sister was on it, and it was
Yeah.
a dead giveaway and everyone knew. So it was an open secret and they just kept it going because they could always just use her if they needed it because it was so obvious.
Yeah.
Dedric looks exactly like Luther Vandross to me.
Oh,
And
you
he
can
says,
tell?
yes, and he says his celebrity relative is an uncle, best known for a singer. But then he says he won an award for best rock song, and I feel like that's the lie. That would be my guess.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will totally be shocked if it's not Luther Vandross. It could be somebody else, but he looks like him. He also has some features that Dr. Dre has, which is interesting.
I was thinking more like, but I don't know. Like, that's my thing. I'm so bad at picking out like musicians, and
Literally,
I'm so bad at picking out, like,
Luther.
you know what? I know reality TV. So if they were
Oh,
like, my relative is from The Bachelor, I would be able to immediately say
here's
who
the
it
thing.
was.
Luther Vandross is known also for wearing kind of like turtlenecks with a chain. And this guy is literally wearing like a mock neck kind of turtleneck with a chain.
Oh
And Luther
yeah.
Vandross, like, he just looks like him. And then there's another singer that was like the Luther Vandross, like not quite as famous dupe that kind of similar looked to him. And I can't remember his name. And I feel like it's one of those two guys, but I immediately got Luther Vandross vibes.
Okay. Okay, so this is an insider piece says when initial casting started coming in, they found out they were interesting uncovered connections between potential contestants and they wanted to explore that. So there's some mind-bending confusion with pretty epic reveals based on who the people are and where they came from. So
Yeah.
they might not know that they are related.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll also give a Teddy Pendergrass or Marvin Gaye possibility for Dedric, but maybe more Teddy Pendergrass or Marvin Gaye, but I swear he looks like Luther Vandross a little bit to me. Like he looks so
feel
much
like I could see that. That would be a good one. I think like that would be a really good one. But then I hate when it's too obvious. Like season 1 was obvious. None of these are obvious to me. But also like McKenzie, the fact that it's her dad who is won a Tony. So I'm just thinking literally it could be any Broadway performer that has won Tonys. And she doesn't,
right.
I don't know enough about Broadway performers. She doesn't just like stand out to me as someone like super, super big.
Right.
So did you want to keep talking about the rest of the cast, or do you want to move on?
Yeah,
to
let's go through the cast.
Okay.
We said we're going to reveal them, so let's reveal them.
Okay. So then we have Danny. Danny is his celebrity relative is an uncle who is a pro wrestler, but has a Grammy. These people are not. This is not right. This is not true. There's no wrestler with a Grammy. And if there is, there's one. So it's a dead giveaway. I'm going to Google that. Is there a pro wrestler that has a Grammy? Let's see. Okay. Pro wrestler with a Grammy. Pro wrestler with a Grammy. Okay. So Bad Bunny has a new trophy to add to his collection. But is Bad Bunny a wrestler?
No, I don't think Bad Bunny ever was a pro wrestler.
Okay. Yeah, that was the first thing that popped up. Are wrestlers eligible? Let's see.
They're eligible for everybody's eligible.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that there's I don't know. It says WWE 24/7 champion Bad Bunny. Was Bad Bunny a wrestler?
In 20
Wins Grammy for best. Wait a second. Grammy winner Bad Bunny. Oh my God. What if his uncle's Bad Bunny?
I don't know.
Well, that's the only one that's popping up. That is the one that is popping up, Jen. Would be really a good one. That would be a good one. That is.
Wait. What? I'm so confused.
Okay, I didn't know that Bad Bunny used to be a wrestler. So his uncle is a pro wrestler who won a Grammy. So it could be Bad Bunny. But I feel like, are people going to be like, okay, that's obvious because we know they're all in that music world.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
But then I'm looking at Danny's face and maybe I could see a little bit of the resemblance.
Maybe.
Maybe in the eyes. That's interesting.
Okay. I'm looking at all these Bad Bunny makes epic entrance in WWE, so I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
I did not know that either, but I love it. Okay, HUD. His mom is a singer who won a Grammy. Again, I do not know, but for some reason, HUD looks like he is a country kid. So
yeah, I'm like, is this Shania Twain's kid? Is this?
No, it's like there's no way it's Shania Twain's kid. They're probably like they're still babies, right? They're not old enough to be on the show. Are they?
Shania Twain, definitely. Shania Twain is older than me, and I could have a
right. I'm thinking of Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they could also have a child that old.
No, but I think they didn't have kids until like 2007 or something. I swear, Tim and Faith, you know, my guesses are all over the place. HUD looks like Chad Michael Murray. Hannah said HUD looks like Chad Michael Murray.
He does look like Chad Michael Murray.
Does look like Chad Michael Murray. Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Aunt Zelda said, remember what Hilda said about Rachel being a gremlin? No, I don't know, but I'm... Okay. Apparently Layla wants to edit us on her channel. So yes, go for it. Put us on your channel.
Sure.
Yeah. Can I edit you? Yes, you can edit me. Okay. I would love that. We would love that. I would love to have an edit. I like when people edit me. So Jill's celebrity relative is her grandfather, who is an actor that got a People's Choice Awards. I mean,
a People's Choice Award is such like a little thing that I almost feel like it's probably true. The grandfather and actor, and then she threw them off with People's Choice Award because maybe he's more famous. And if she said he had like an Oscar or like an Emmy, people would be like, oh, wait, your granddad looks like this, or be able to trace it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miguel also has a relative that's a grandfather who is an actor that won an Oscar. What if Miguel and Jill are related?
Maybe. Grandfather, actor. They said some of them are related. That's very interesting.
Someone is related.
Or he could be related to Bad Bunny, because even though they look very different, that would both be like Miguel's a Hispanic name, but a lot of Puerto Rican name. Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican. So I'm like maybe feeling out those vibes. If it is Bad Bunny, if he's saying that this person is a musician with a Grammy, the most likely person, if that's the truth, would be Bad Bunny.
But no, he said it's an actor with an Oscar.
No, I'm going back to the one who said that he had a wrestler with the Grammy. So if there's people that are related that we found out on this, I would connect Miguel possibly to Danny and say that maybe they're related because maybe it's Bad Bunny and Miguel has a relationship to him.
Well, I would think because Jill has her celebrity relative as a grandfather, and so does Miguel. What if they're like second cousins?
Oh, yeah. Jill also and McKenzie, if you zoom in on their faces, look suspiciously alike to me. But maybe now that I know that there's some scandal, I'm just saying that.
Well, somebody's related. I don't know. Somebody is related. That's what they said. Naomi.
Good call. Somebody wrote Bianca looks like Raven. She does look like Raven. Simone.
Wait, which one? Bianca?
Bianca.
Looks like Raven. Let me see.
Yeah.
See a picture.
And Raven could totally be an aunt.
No.
And she was an
maybe
actress.
a little
And
bit.
she could have a Peabody because wasn't she on The View? Or on not The View, The Talk, maybe?
She was on The View. But
okay, The
did
View?
she get a Peabody for that?
That would check out.
I mean, that could check out.
Yes.
But I don't know, because this is my only thing. Unless she's lying about the Peabody.
No, because she could have a Peabody from the View.
Does Raven Simone have a Peabody? Does Raven? Maybe she could also have a Peabody from. She does so many things.
Yes. My friend has a Peabody.
She has a Daytime Emmy Award. She has Comedy Awards, Kids' Choice Awards, Gracie Allen Awards, but it doesn't say that she has any Peabodys.
Oh, wait. Raven, Prince. Wait, hold on. Where does it go?
I don't know.
Not sure. I just know people that have had a Peabody for producing stage shows, for like live.
But it doesn't say like when you Google her if she does.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is very she has like a ton of awards though. So it doesn't say that when you Google her, but that doesn't mean that she might not. It doesn't mean that she doesn't.
Right.
But I can't believe Danny is Bad Bunny's person.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know that, but that's like the best guess if it's going to be.
That's the only guess. The only wrestler that won a Grammy.
Unless he's lying. That's the trick, because we don't know who's lying about what. Who do we have left? True. And we have, I think, Shane and Naomi. So where are they? Let's see.
So Shane is
his celebrity relative is his cousin, best known for being an actor who won an Oscar.
Yeah, I saw that. So I was thinking that, well, there's so many actors that won Oscars. So
and also remember, it could be a lie because he could have just won a Emmy, or he could have or a Nickelodeon award, you know?
So, but my biggest thing right now, I know a lot of them said cousin, blah, blah, blah. But the only two that have said grandfather is Miguel and Jill, which is very interesting too. If there is a sibling or if there's a related twist, the only two that have said grandfather. But how would they not know if they're related? Don't they have like 23andMe?
I didn't know that I had three more sisters until 2018 or 2019.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How?
Because it's a long story.
Okay. You'll have to fill me in later.
Yeah, it's not like a private story. It's just a long story. So I don't want to like derail this. And my hi BB is coming out. But I don't mind telling it sometime. It's just that, and I also, it was on a little bit of my casting reel that they posted for The Apprentice, is me talking about Beatrix, you're completely in your underwear. Do not step in front of this camera. Honey?
That's like Adler. I swear, the summertime having the kids at home, it's like, I'm like, hey, can you not step in front of the camera with like underwear on? I'm always on camera and all this stuff. And I'm like, Adler, like, let's put clothes on. Adora, let's put on clothes. Okay. And Naomi's celebrity relative is a cousin who's a singer who won the Young Artist Award.
I mean, it could be Miley Cyrus. It could be. It could be Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, it could
because they don't. It doesn't have to be the only award.
Right.
I think it was either last season or the first one. They figured out the person was telling the truth about the relative and the relationship, but they downplayed the award because the person was much bigger than that.
Okay. Well, I'll say this, that Young Artist Award could be literally anything, because like anyone under 30 can win that Young Artist Award, right? Or is it under 18?
Sorry, hold on. I have to make sure my daughter doesn't come out. Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm wondering. So Hannah Horn said Naomi and Gracie Lou look similar. I thought that Naomi and Gracie Lou did look similar, but I wonder if, like, since they have such different cousins, and then What was Gracie Lou's? Hers was hers a cousin too? Hers was an uncle. So if it's an uncle and a cousin, then maybe they wouldn't even know that. You're right, Hannah, because they might not even know. Because, like, I don't know my cousin's uncles always, or, well, I mean, wait, my cousin's uncles are my uncle. So wait, I do know that. But I don't know everyone. I don't know all my cousins' other uncles from like their other side of the family.
Right.
I was saying I don't know my cousin's uncles, but then I was like, wait, those are my uncles too. But then the other side of their family, I don't know all their uncles.
So I do for even all the iterations, like my mom, my dad who raised me, and also my biological father, but not everyone knows that. They just happen to get together. Somebody wrote, Naomi and Gracie Lou look similar to me.
Yeah. I thought, I said that we were just saying that. We thought that it could be.
Oh, okay. I was getting my daughter some snacks.
Oh yeah, no worries. No worries. So this is a really interesting cast with a really interesting twisty twists. I love a good twisty twist. I'm hoping that I think we'll find out soon, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Waiting in the wings to find out when it premieres. I like the clues. I like how they have to drop clues. That's always like interesting to me, I think. What would you do to prepare for this show if you went on this show? Would you look up people's, like, the best way to prepare? Do you look up the name of, like, do you learn about really famous celebrities, or do you try to like figure out who like has relatives? See, this is hard because like, how do you prepare for this show? Like all of my shows I go on, I prepare for. And I'm thinking in my head, like when I was going to go on a trivia show, I was like, okay, how do I prepare for this? So then I just watched a bunch of the episodes and I figured out if I just study all this trivia and like main pictures and stuff, because it's very obvious stuff, that I would be able to figure it out. But then now I'm like thinking about this, there's just so many celebrities. So how do you know all the celebrities? And then Hannah also said Jill and McKenzie also look similar. So I do see that like Jill McKenzie and Gracie Lou could also look similar. I mean, they might not even, this is my thinking too. If it was like random for them to figure out, they might not. Hey, babe. Yeah. Mom. Wait, you have on underwear. Mom. Mommy is on camera. Yes.
I dropped the commode somewhere and now I can't find it.
Okay, Mommy will go get it for you in a sec. Do you have to potty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come with me.
Okay, I will. Life of working moms working at home with children.
Yeah, working at home when the kids are home from being sick and have rashes and all the fun things. I will be right back.
Related to? I bet you would love to know that, wouldn't you? This house is a liar, and they will do anything to keep their secret.
Looking over the claim to fame thing. Huh. Wondering if they're missing somebody on the People magazine thing or on our little thing that we have. I am okay. So Claim to Fame said that there was not really a spoiler that people, I'm not going to give the spoiler, that when they put out their cast on Instagram, they're saying that one of the cast members was immediately recognized by fans. So I'm not going to give away who that was, but they said internet sleuths supposedly already made a spoiler for one of them. So if you want to look that up yourself, you can look up spoiler Claim to Fame And I am not going to spoil it for those people that who hate that. I won't do that. But, this is interesting. One of the spoilers says that somebody whose name isn't on there, so that's confusing. I'm going to check this out one more time. All right, this is really weird. Claim to fame. Are we missing somebody besides Rachel right now? All right. Claim to fame. I thought we had this on lock. Like we were looking at them. We had our little People magazine article up there. But now I'm like, interesting. Because there's all these rumors flying out there. Maybe the rumors are out there just to confuse us. Let's see. I'm trying to find what the spoiler is very confusing. Maybe they have the wrong season on here, but it's just an article that came out 2 days ago. Interesting. The final twist. All right, so Kevin Jonas is teasing that this season ends a little bit different. It says, while the tradition of bringing back the eliminated contest for the finale will continue, it'll be in a really fun, evolved way. And they've changed one major rule. If you win the last challenge, it does not mean that you're in full control. So it's going to be a little bit more problematic in the end because the friends or enemies that you made will still come into play. So even if you won the challenge, it doesn't say it means you're safe. It says that instead of if you win the last challenge, it means that you're in full control. You're not in full control. They haven't said whether that means if you're safe or not, but you don't control everything. So I think last time you got to pick whether you were going to guess first or second, or maybe you were safe, but they said this one, it's going to be a little more problem in the end because if you've made enemies along the way, you're not as protected. So I guess you're not as safe as you think if you win a challenge. So they've done that to up the ante for this season.
Okay, I love that. That I feel like this season will be really fun. I'm super excited. July 10th, right?
Yes, July 10th.
July 10th comes out. Okay, so the Challenge 40 cast, this is the guys. We have like Josh, Horatio, Paulie, Theo, Kylan, CT, Dedric, Bananas, Mark Long, like the OGs, Daryl and CT. Like, bro, they have CT, Bananas, Mark Long. Like, what? Mind blown. Like, I feel like I'm surprised that like Kylan landed on this cast. I like Kylan a lot, but like, this is a cast. Like, this is a crazy cast. Then like look at the girls. They have Anessa. They have like Rachel and Tina. Cara Maria is coming back. Like Michelle is here. Casey, Jenny, Neres. Like I like Jonah. How do you pronounce her name? Jonna. Oh my gosh, why am I pronouncing it wrong? But anyway, she won the first challenge All-Stars. Like they just have so many people, or was it the second one that she won?
Yeah, they brought out some big ones, like to have like Anissa, Katie, Rachel, Cara Maria. They brought back some of like the big heavy hitters that you really know are like in it to win it, that know what they're doing. Some of the other ones I'm a little bit less familiar.
That's how you pronounce it. Jonna. Sorry. I apologize. But yes, like it's really a big cast and I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch because when they did the spoilers for this cast, they didn't make it as exciting as it was. Like, I was just like, whatever, who cares? But this looks like a really epic cast. Like, this is the cast that we used to see on the challenge. Like,
Right.
These are the type of people that we've always seen on the challenge that we would get excited about.
Yes.
BB alumni for the challenge win. That's right. I mean, I kind of hope that like I would like to see like Cara Maria win again, or Josh, or
Right. I
Mark
always love Mark
Long.
Long because now he's like the oldest person still doing it. I hosted
I love Mark.
an episode of a Fox reality
With
of
him,
their
didn't you?
their show. Yeah, I co-hosted a little thing with him, and he's always been so nice. Like, I just love Mark Long, and he is like one of the ultimate OGs. So I always have love for him. He's just great in person. He's wonderful. So I'm a little bit team Mark Long on this. So I love that he's still in it. I mean, like he's about 10 years older than me and ripped and still in shape and going. And I'm like exhausted and can barely climb up a treadmill on an incline, let alone like the crazy stuff that they do.
He's like, and he's going too. He's producing. He's like got his own company. He's like an executive producer now on the Challenge All Stars. So he's like really doing a lot, and he's one of the people in this industry that has really like been able to branch, like make his reality TV career last more than just being on camera. Like he can do the behind the camera stuff too. And I always think that's really interesting because we see so many people that like do one or the other, but like Mark is one of those people that just does it all. Like I love it. So the challenge, the cast looks really great. All right, so this is the Perfect Match has been renewed for season 3 at Netflix. It was the second most watched TV show on Netflix. That's crazy to me.
Wow. Only second to Bridgerton. Wow. I mean, I kept seeing it come up as number 1, even though after I'd watched the season, they were still serving it to me, like showing me, you know, because usually if you've already seen something, they won't keep, especially because I've seen Bridgerton and I've seen Perfect Match, but they were like always right there up front. And I was like, wow, okay, Perfect Match. Like the Netflix universe did a really good job by deciding to put all their Netflix people together and have them date, which I think that trend's just going to continue. People taking their stars, just like the challenge, just like now having everybody be a reality star from the Traitors or a celebrity. Like I think more of these shows are just going to keep going because there's interest in everyone, and everyone makes good TV because they know how to do it.
They know how to. Well, and then I also think that's why Claim to Fame is successful, because people on Claim to Fame are kind of celebrity adjacent, and we're interested in it. We are interested in the celebrity culture. That's it. Bottom line.
Very true.
Speaking of celebrity culture, okay, so this is the rumor that Josh Martinez from the challenge, we just saw him on, was supposedly asked to do Traitors. I don't know if this is true or not, but he was not able to get out of his contract because he had an exclusivity contract with the challenge or with MTV or CBS, Paramount, I guess. But CT, Trishelle. Well, Trishelle probably didn't have a contract, but CT for sure did. Johnny Bananas was on The Challenge, House of Villains, The Traitors, all in the same year. Like, tell me that he didn't have contracts. Like, I don't understand how the contracts apply to one person, but they don't apply to other people. Like,
unless they didn't, and now they're going, oh my God, we want to keep our people, like Netflix universe keeps them on Netflix. Maybe now they're going, oh my gosh, we don't want them rushing off to be going to do our competing networks. Since of course, like MTV in that world, and then like CBS Paramount now is like basically a big competitor for NBC Peacock. I think
you would think so.
The entertainment, that universe
went straight. He's just going back and forth. Like,
so many other people have that I don't understand why he's bound in some contract where he can't. So that'd be interesting to hear if they suddenly put in a new clause to prevent that from happening, or if someone like Bananas is so big because they have managers. I don't know if he has a manager. Bananas has a manager. Bananas manager might be like, there's no such thing as a non-compete, or that I can't go to different networks because that, you know, will limit my client who's a big draw and is very famous. So no. And Trishelle, again, been doing it for so many years that it's possible that, and they have agents and managers, agents and or managers, that they're just like, we will not sign something like that. And maybe unfortunately he didn't have somebody look over his contract. He just signed it.
That is possible. And I will say the majority of the time when I tell people I'm not signing a non-compete, they will tell me no, they'll say, no, that's not happening. Everyone signs it. When I was asked to do the challenge, they were like, I was like, no, I'm not signing a contract. And they were like, or I said, not a contract, but like not signing exclusivity part of the contract.
Right.
And they're like, no, this is standard. This is what we do. And I was like, but that's not fair. Like, if I have to work and like, if this is how I'm making my money, then you're preventing me from making money, but you're not paying me to be on another show. And it's really not fair. And like, I will say this too. I don't think that unless a network is planning on continuously using you, I don't think that there should be even any exclusivity.
No, it should be like, even though non-competes are shady, I remember when I was in television news, we had to sign a non-compete, but that meant even if we got fired, it was mostly, they said it was intentionally so we couldn't be lured away by another network with new money. But what if they fired you? Then you simply can't work in your industry. And especially if you're either in local news, or let's say you're on, on NBC News, you can't go to Fox or ABC or CNN. So your career's over. So non-competes are very difficult. I understand how if you're a scientist in a lab and you may have information and stuff, then just have them sign a non-disclosure,
right?
And maybe I, as a reporter or somebody or an anchor might have known what we were planning for stories. Okay, a non-disclosure, but a non-compete or an exclusivity contract, unless you plan on paying a person out for a certain period of time. And this has come under scrutiny. So I know there's legislation about non-competes right now. And also about, there's definitely legislation been going on and arguing about that, but they should be illegal because you're preventing somebody from working, period, in their chosen industry. So
100%.
So it's either pay them for a certain period of time that you have that exclusivity, but that's also hard if you're facing the camera, because then you lose your audience and your relevance and stuff. So really, that's just to ask you to only be on one network and not do any other network stuff, even as a host or on anything else, is a ridiculous ask. So I really hope he's able to get out of this and has a good entertainment attorney to be like, no, you're hindering my client.
CBS is having their contract. CBS Talent is having, Big Brother Talent is having them sign a 2-year exclusivity. 2 years. That means if you go on Big Brother, you cannot go on another show, allegedly, for 2 years.
Wow.
So
are you allowed to go on the challenge, or because they're owned?
You can go on, I'm sure, like any other Paramount show or like a CBS. If they
but you couldn't go to the Traders or Netflix or something like that.
But I will tell you this: back in 2011 or something, I was asked to do a show for. It was like for a fashion show for like. It was actually for charity. It was the Red Fashion Show. And it was for cancer. And it was like a bunch of celebrities. It aired on Fashion Network. And CBS told me I could not do it.
That's crazy. I feel like The Apprentice might have had a clause like that. But I already, before being on The Apprentice, was on TV. I was already on NBC News and a few different things. So I think it might have been in there. But I just went on and did my thing. And they didn't care because I was like, I'm already on TV. So
it's just so, I don't understand why they would want to keep, I do understand why they want to keep the people in their little corner, but like, if you're not going to pay them and not put them immediately on something else, like why not let them go and make another name for themselves?
It only makes them stronger and your brand stronger. Because let's say they go off and win like a House of Villains or go win the Traders, and then you can have them come back and be on Big Brother All-Stars again. It only makes your show stronger. Network executives, and like they probably won't cast me again for saying this, but a lot of there's some that are so smart and get it. And then the ones that are fear-based are terrible. The network executives that are forward thinking and have a growth mindset, like how do we make this more interesting? How do we allow people to grow and have our show grow, are always the best executives and the best people in charge and best production companies. And then the ones that are like scarcity mindset and fear-based and kind of intimidate their cast or lock you into things, not just in reality TV, but across everything. Music. We've seen that with people saying that they were locked into music contracts that were horrible. Like anytime you're locked in and you're in a fear-based environment, it's never as good. I don't know when they'll learn their lesson, but I hope they do.
I think they're trying to make it so they can't lock people into these like exclusivity contracts with like musicians and stuff. So hopefully that will trickle down. that I believe the FCC said you cannot be in a non-compete anymore, that those are illegal. So like, because of that, I think that that will also probably trickle down into other industries. But the thing is, it's just kind of hard because if one network says like, this is what we're saying, and then another one says, okay, we're going to honor that, you know, it's like some people play fair and then some people just like, you know, just do whatever they want. So it should just be eliminated. I think just get rid of exclusivity contracts because you are not doing anyone any good if you're just locking them into.
You're not helping your network you're not helping your talent that you rely on for the show.
Yeah.
And anytime you do anything to hinder, harm, take away the income, take away the opportunity of the talent for your show, I can understand like you can't just leave to go film something else because people have been doing that and playing that game. But it's like, oh, for 2 years you can't appear anywhere else.
Right.
That's a bad idea and it's not helpful to anyone. And I just hope that people in power start realizing that clamping down on people is never helpful for anyone.
I agree. And I think it will. I think that that's like something that has to happen because at this point, there's so many shows that have so much crossover and now everyone's like on doing all these things. So it's becoming more like you want to have people on it and like they're not allowing it. So what are they supposed to do? Like you're just not supposed to work or you're supposed to like do something different. It's just doesn't make any sense. Although the challenge, at least the challenge will I think Josh does like 2 or 3 a year. So at least he's like, they are technically keeping him employed, right? Like 2 or 3 challenges a year probably does take care of his bills. But like, it's just not, I feel like if he wanted to go film the traders, he should be able to go film the traders and then go back to the challenge and then go back to the traders, whatever, like let them do what they want to do. You know,
let people work.
Speaking
of that, we have casting notices, right?
Casting notices. Okay. So, whoops, that was that. Okay. So people in a love triangle, you can apply at lovetrianglecastingcrane.com. I don't know anything about this. Apparently it's a groundbreaking new series. If someone can't make up their mind, it sounds like The Ultimatum.
Yeah. And it sounds like the love triangle doesn't need to know about it. Are you dating two or more people and you need help choosing one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't make up your mind. Are you dating someone else who doesn't want to commit? Yeah. So maybe it could be ones, the casting tips are, it could be ones you know about, like you know you're in a situationship and your person is dating someone else. So you want to have them on as a love triangle, or you can maybe, it's not very nice, but shock your person by bringing them on and being like, actually, I'm kind of seeing someone else and I can't pick between you two. So that would be interesting.
We'll see who agrees to do it. I mean, that's a lot.
I'm not going to agree to do anything like that.
No. Okay. Home Justice. If you're desperate for a solution, Home Justice wants you. Home Justice at casting.house, HAUS. Must be based in Southern California. Is your dream home turning into a nightmare? Renovation. Listen, renovations are always nightmares. Yeah. So I'm sure that you can come up with any story about how your renovation is a nightmare and they'll come and help you. I love these like great shows that have like the housing renovation shows or the housing, like, let's redo this about your house.
I like this one because this one also has a justice element and people get screwed over so bad from contractors. I know contractors sometimes get screwed by not being paid, but that's usually like a commercial thing. Yeah. But like if you're a homeowner, a residential, and you've paid so much and people just screwed something up or didn't finish it, or maybe you can't afford to, or there's an issue, but like, I like that there's a legal element too. I like a lot of these legal shows now because I know so many people can't afford attorneys and then they get screwed over and people know they can't afford an attorney. So they're like, peace, good luck to you. And it's not eligible for small claims court where you don't need an attorney. So I love the concept of this.
I like that concept too. Okay. This one is Bisexual Single Men. I know this show. So it says singleandbi.castingcrane.com. I will tell you this. This show is like The Bachelor. They're looking for a male lead. He's the Bachelor. He's bisexual, and he's going to be dating. They're going to cast men and women. It's going to be like a really like a Cinderella kind of show, like a romantic, like rom-com-y show. They're really looking for people that are looking for love. I think,
and this is different because usually they always encourage like the female bisexuals, like, have chicks make out, but to have a bisexual male as the lead, as like basically the Bachelor that they're vying for, is a big step because there's girls kissing left and right on different shows. Even when it's not about dating, people will just make out, two girls will, and people kind of expect that. But two dudes doing that is not as common, especially in the US. So that will be very interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be really interesting. I did hear when I was in my little casting groups, I heard about how the show will work. So they're trying to cast an equal number of people. The people that they're casting for our male lead they're going to be types that he already likes. So essentially everyone should be like his type, right? Like it's not like The Bachelorette where they just throw on a bunch of dudes,
right?
Like find someone. So this is like going to be a little bit more story driven, but for the bisexual male lead, they're looking for the lead guy. So like if you've ever wanted to be the lead guy, the lead Bachelor, this is your chance.
And especially for people that have wanted to go on The Bachelor or Bachelorette, but we're not sure about their sexuality, and we're like, I don't want to go on this show because I'm bi, and what if this is for you finally?
Yeah. 100%. And like the show is gonna be, I think it's gonna be like a really cute. It sounds like a really cute, like Cinderella-y type rom-com-y show. Prince Charming finds the prince or princess or whomever, and they're casting all types of people for you. So I think it could be a really fun show. I think it'll be really fun to watch. And if I know the bisexual male, I remember what they were looking for, like tall, handsome, intelligent. I think they wanted someone with a job.
Basically what they look for when they're casting a dude on any of the dating shows. Yeah.
The lead, but this is what they always say for leads. This is what I always have been told. For leads, they want you to be like not just like looking for love, but like I'm ready to settle down, not just like don't say things like, oh, if I find someone, whatever, we'll see what happens. Say things like, I can't find anyone, so this is my opportunity to find someone. I am looking for love. I want to get married. All those, that's what they're looking for these like leads on these type of shows.
They're looking for you to say that you are truly looking for love. Truly looking for love.
They also are going to want you to, they're going to want you to be successful. Oh, hey, Michael, thanks for joining. Yes. They're going to want you to have like some sort of, I don't know, like some sort of like career or business or, trading, something. Like they're not going to cast someone that's a bartender. Sorry. Like, so if you're a bartender, then maybe like you're also a real estate agent. I don't know.
Well, if you're a bartender, you can be definitely cast as one of the suitors, but they usually don't make the main person. The main person they want, especially if it's supposed to be like this person's looking for their husband or wife, they want, and by the way, this is not real life at all. In real life, when people are looking for people to get married, there's career fluctuations. People might lose their job, but for the fairy tale of the show, they want it to be like the Prince Charming, man of your dreams that you always wanted type person. So position yourself as that.
Yeah, exactly. And make sure that you have like your ducks in a row where you're like, you're not, you don't seem like you're unstable or something like that either. Yeah. And be open to dating in whatever state or city that you have to date in. Maybe you're like, I don't know, if I met the love of my life in Miami, I would be flexible to go to Miami, or hopefully they would be willing to move to me, that kind of thing.
Yes. So. That's a good casting tip. Is basically saying yes to the would you do anything to love? It's always like, would you move? Yes. Would you date someone who has like a job that you don't like? Yes. And you can be honest, they're like political differences. You're like, you would probably have to say something like, I'd explore it, but I don't know if it would work out. So therefore you're not like closed off, but you're letting them know there could be drama though if you try. Like, I'm open, but I don't know how that'll go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And for this lead, they're gonna want someone that is like, you know, make sure that you look like a lead when you show up to camera. You're gonna want to look like, I'm not saying you have to be like, you know, Brad Pitt, but like make sure you like are dressed nice and you wear a nice shirt, a button up. Make sure maybe like a suit jacket. When we were casting Golden Bachelor, we told everyone to show up wearing like a sports coat, and they could, even if they wore like a t-shirt underneath or something, like, but they're gonna want you to show up looking like very put together, because even if they have a wardrobe department planned for you or something like that, they're still gonna want to know that you can show up and represent this show.
This is your casting does not have to have an imagination.
Right.
They can't go, he doesn't look like this, but what if he did look cleaned up? They want to see what you would look like just if you just dropped right into the role.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And you're going to want to also remember that when you do Zoom calls, that every time you show up for a Zoom call, that there is a chance that someone from the executive from the show could see it. So you're going to want to always make sure that you look presentable. And I would say look your best, you know?
Right.
Like,
just be on time, look your best. You don't have to be perfect, but just be on time, be ready, be prepared. And that's it though.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see. Okay, so we have one more. This is casting professional chefs for Chopped. So Food Network's Chop is looking for more chefs. You can apply on foodnetwork.com. That's super easy. So if you're a chef, they're looking for the next season of professional chefs who want to chop it away.
Love it. Love it.
All right, cool. Well, Jen, thank you for hanging out. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. I know we had some babies and all the fun things that happen when you're a mom working with
kids, working moms. I make no apologies for my child interrupting me during any sort of work because I'm a mother. I work from home, and so I hope other people embrace that and get it too. Layla is saying to us that she edited the video and tagged us, and she was asking what type of music we want, anything that's not copywritten, because it'll get taken down. Yes. But Layla has made some videos, so we will see, and I guess you'll see your tag. So thanks.
Thank you, Layla.
Next week, July 4, I believe, is on Thursday, so we may have a different time that we'll post to our socials about when we are going to be recording reality
Queens. Probably.
Yeah, but you can expect another Reality Queens, but it might just not be around the exact same time that it always is. But normally you can always catch Reality Queens. We always say noonish. So noon 1 around that time on Thursdays, and then it lives on YouTube. So go find us on YouTube if you can't find us at that time. Happy July 4th next weekend if we don't see you, and leave us comments because we love feedback and love to know what you think about and what you think about our casting tips or opinions, and leave your guesses, please, for the Claim to Fame show, and we will see you next week.
Yay!
Oh, Rachel, anything you want to plug? Anything you want to plug?
No, I don't think so.
Me neither. All right, bye.
Bye.